tone of voice, because I find that it's not the words, it's how we say them, our expressions, when our voice goes up and down. So I just want you to be aware of that tonight, okay? Because I'm an outsider looking in, and I look at this and I said, God, you guys got a lot of piddly stuff here. You guys have hurtful feelings. You're pissed off. And that shouldn't be. That shouldn't get in the way of getting work done. If we stay on track and say, hey, we're here to do a job. Let our emotions, let all our piddly stuff, let all the hard feelings out the door, come in and look at business, and let not our feelings get in the way, and let our emotions out the door, okay? So I hope I get a little more time on this. I just wanted to address that because I just feel we're going to get really heated here. I'm just from another township, and we're all in it together. In fact, this is really, the smart meters is really being employed worldwide, global. And when we're going to have all this electric magnetic energy going all out, we have to pay attention to what it's doing to our planet, especially like our air. I'm going to tell you something. Our air we need to breathe every minute when we go to sleep and wake up. So if our air is going to be polluted with all this energy, okay, thank you. I got it. She's good. I just want you to really look at all the facts. There's so much pros and cons about smart meters. I look at our technology today. We're making it so fast, we don't understand it. A lot of people, I hope tonight, will look at it and ask everybody, I don't care what country, we all have family and friends from all over the place. We should be honest saying, what's a smart meter? If we don't know what a smart meter, we should be talking about it. Because our technology is going to be in everybody's home, whether we like it or not. It's going to be in the gas, electricity, everything. And I look at it, I have to ask, may I have more time?
Motion to suspend the rules.
Madam Chair, I have a question on the parliamentary procedure.
Excuse us one moment, we're going to do a
Not a problem.
point of order.
I have a question. When we suspend the rules, once we've done it for an item, what is the procedure for doing it a second time for the same item?
Well, based on conversations earlier today, I did do some reviewing of Robert's Rules of Order, and once the rules have been suspended, it doesn't allow for it to take place again during the same meeting. It can take place again, even if another meeting were to convene in the same day, but it's not to take place twice in the same meeting for the fact that what's the point of having the rule?
Thank you, Madam Chair.
So, I disagree. You know, I realize that the criticism is that I'm lax on the time limits. I never supported the time limits. And quite honestly, although Robert's Rules of Order does say that, I have an obligation to uphold the rules. I just want for the record to say that I'm an elected official, not a hired parliamentarian. I'd like to hear what people have to say and allow them to conclude their comments. But that being said, and being forced to follow the rules at this point until we amend them, I know Mr. List has tried and others as well. Ms. Schmidt, I'm going to have to ask you to conclude so I can call the next speaker.
Not a problem. This question is for the whole committee here, and it's on the approval of the smart meters being put on the agenda, or the 26B, and could people be put on a committee to help give input, or how can we work this out? So take it for what it is, but I hope that we can talk about this.
Thank you. Our next speaker is Karen Spranger. Good evening.
Good evening. There are three important issues I wanted to bring up. First, we do need a parliamentarian to be present at the meetings. I disagree with the chairperson, how she runs and conducts the meeting. I know Robert's Rules of Order, and you even have it in your own proceedings on how to conduct the meeting. And if I have to rate each council member, no city council member shall engage in name-calling or personal attacks against another city council member of or against any citizen addressing the city council on any subject. No city council member shall interrupt any city council member while he or she is speaking. No city council member shall interrupt any citizen addressing the city council on any subject. No city council member shall attack any other member on the city council for any citizen addressing the council. City council members shall discuss any agenda item being considered and not discuss unrelated topics. Each city council member shall be limited to 5 minutes. Discussion on each agenda item. Each member may be granted an additional 3 minutes on a particular item by a major vote of the city council. The city council president shall enforce all of these rules. Preceding this, Robert's Rules of Order, 75th Anniversary Edition, shall govern the council in all cases of which they apply and in which they are not inconsistent with these rules. In order to settle the dispute, you as a council think seriously about having a parliamentarian to be present so that when we do have a dispute of this nature, we can settle it very quietly and diplomatically. Think about it. Because 3 minutes doesn't allow me to present all the necessary information about the smart meters, an update on what California is doing about their smart meters and the danger of these new technology, which you guys are like, I don't care. We don't have them yet. The city of Warren don't have them yet. When we do, we're going to have a big problem. And I want to address it before it hits the city of Warren. So for record, under Robert's Rules of Order, I submit this document, dated and signed, Sage Associate update on the radio frequency microwave radiation emissions from Silver Spring OWS NIC 514. Permission to continue.
As I stated earlier, according to Robert's Rules of Order, no rule can be suspended twice in the same meeting. So if you want to conclude your comments and submit the documents to our recorder, we'll be happy to see that copies go to the council members.
Yes, and the other thing to prove my point, when the mayor did his address to the city of Warren, you guys did interrupt him, and the chairperson did ask questions, which was inappropriate. When he has the floor, he does not get interrupted. Any questions were out of order, and that is Robert's Rules of Order.
Our next speaker is Dean Barry. Good evening.
Good evening. 3 minutes, huh? Well, when we switch microphones, that's going to change. As you know, Mr. Sawyer and myself filed suit at Circuit Court to have the districts reviewed by Judge Swoltowski, and we're hoping that he will overturn this fiasco, this sleight of hand that happened. The problems that have caused our city clerk, Mr. Biernatt, and now Judge Swoltowski, who has one of two choices. He could either uphold the status quo per the last election, or he could see fit to side with us and start over and do things right if that's what the people really want. And in doing so, Judge Swoltowski's put someone on a hot seat because if we lose, he's essentially telling the voters that it's their fault. It's our fault. Because we didn't know what we're doing. We didn't take the time to read the language on the petition. We didn't take the time. This, again, gets spun. It's turned on the innocent voters, the people who were preyed on. Now, we're going to be the blame if Judge Swoltowski does not side with us, because that's all it can be. Fortunately for him, the law is on his side, and he'll rule accordingly. The even worse news, and the Tea Party has made their grand appearance yet again tonight, still fitting in one chair. The Tea Party is now a candidate for council in the would-be District 4. I will be going to District 4, and all districts for that matter, and knocking on doors, being diametrically opposed to what happened, regardless of how you vote. And I'm going to let the people know the difference between integrity and dishonesty. For those of you that seem fit to do nothing, wait for somebody like myself and Mr. Sawyer, go to circuit court, and indeed it was your job. It's very disheartening. If I'm elected to this council, I assure every Warren taxpayer, nothing like this will ever happen on my watch. It won't anyway, but all the more. Thank you very much.
Our next speaker is Tom Kootner. Good evening.
Good evening. When I was at City Hall earlier this afternoon filing to run for council, I was made aware of an incident which happened at the 37th District Court, and apparently someone was physically attacked there today. And for some time now, we've heard from people like Judge Shimura and other people who work at the court that the building is in such disrepair and so lacking in appropriate security measures that the building itself poses risks to the health and safety of those people who conduct business there on a day-to-day basis. A long time ago, the citizens of Warren were told to remedy this problem, the revenue generated from increased traffic fines was to be set aside to raise a fund that for a new court that's safer and no longer an embarrassment to the city of Warren. But if we look at the current proposed 2011 to 2012 budget, what do we find? We find that politicians have dipped their hands into this fund and the risks to the people who work in this court notwithstanding. We see a similar problem of a much larger scale at the federal level where politicians are putting their hands into and raiding funds from Social Security. And that's putting seniors at risk. That's putting not only seniors who are currently seniors, but those of us who one day hope to make it to be seniors at risk. And we shouldn't allow politicians to get away with that in Washington, and we shouldn't allow politicians to get away with it here. And you know, instead of wasting their time and their efforts on a law